right, you need your data book. We are going to the last page of the notes, so you should be in the family budget section. Hi. Just wanted to add that in there, add some little spark to these videos. I'm sure I looked awful in that, but whatever. Probably gonna regret doing that tomorrow. Okay, whatever. So we are now going to get into family budgets. So budgets are, every family should have one. It's the amount of money that I'm able to spend on certain things every month. So I have to budget it. So like for me, a certain amount of my money has to go towards paying for my new house. A certain part of my money has to go towards paying for my car. Some of my money needs to go towards going grocery shopping and buying food. And some of my money needs to go to paying other bills. Sadly, lots of your money just kind of like goes away when you get older because you got to pay so many things. So right here we have Hannah's monthly budget. So she has taxes, miscellaneous. These are just like extra things, like maybe things when she wants to go shopping, when she wants to go to the movies, or if she has any health emergencies and has to go to the hospital, she has this much money that she can budget towards that every month. Transportation will be like gas, their car, if they have to ride a bus, things like that. Uber, not really. Savings, so that's for your savings account, how much she saves every month. Food, grocery shopping, restaurants, going to McDonald's, whatever. Housing is going to be rent or their house payment, things like that. And taxes. Sadly, we do have to pay taxes. We pay taxes on our paychecks. We pay taxes on our homes. We pay taxes on our cars. We pay a lot of taxes. So here, this first one's asking for the total monthly budget. So the total monthly budget will be all of these added. So instead of us writing that down, we're just going to say add all categories. So when I add up all these categories, I'm going to get a total budget of $3,785. So this is the total amount of money that Hannah makes in a month, and so that's how much she budgets. So this is where all her money goes, but this is the total amount that she makes every month. This is just 1 month's worth of work. So what we're going to do is we're going to solve for, we're going to calculate the percent. So whenever we're solving for a percent, the same thing that we did yesterday with circle graphs, we're still going to do part over total. Write this down. Equals percent over 100. But this time, since I'm calculating the percent, I have no idea what the percentage. My circle graph does not have that. My circle graph shows the amount of money. So I'm trying to find the percentage, so X will be over 100. So X over 100 when we're solving for a percent. So here, when we're in housing, we have X over 100 because I have no idea what the percentage is, but I know my total amount of money. So that goes where my total goes, and I know how much she spends on housing, $940, so that's my part. So part of her budget goes towards housing out of this much money, and then we're going to solve the proportions. So unfortunately, it is going to be a lot because the numbers are pretty big, but we'll only do a few. So X times our total is 3,785X. 940 times 100 is 94,000. Divide by what's attached to X. If I'm going too fast, pause the video. So here, when I divide 94,000 divided by 3,785, that's going to give us 24.83. And I rounded this. So I rounded it to the nearest dollar because money stops in the hundredths place. So this is $24.80. Oh my gosh, not money. This is 24. I totally blew that. This is not money. This is a percentage. I solved for the percent. So this is about 24.83%. So I'm going to round this to the nearest whole percent. So your whole number is here next to the decimal. So this 8 will cause us to round up to 25%. Which kind of makes sense. This almost looks like a quarter of a circle. So about 25% goes towards housing. So now we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to solve for the percentage of food. So same exact proportion setup. I'm solving for the percent, so X over 100. I know she spends $325 on food, or she budgets $325 on food, and her total budget is $3,785. Same concept. I'm going to cross multiply and solve for the percent. So that's going to be 3,785x. This will be 32,500. I'm going to divide by that number attached to x, and I'm running out of room. Again, if I'm going too fast and I'm writing too fast, just pause it. When I divide 32,500 by 3,785, you're going to get 8.58. Okay, and we're going to round to the nearest whole percent. So your whole number is in the ones place, the number before the decimal. So I want to look next door in the tenths, and since it's 5 or more, I add one more. So this will be 9%. So we have figured out that housing's 25%, food is 9%, and I could do the rest of them if I wanted, but that's going to take a while. So let's talk about variable expenses and fixed expenses. And I believe we've actually talked about these before. Who knows? I think my years are getting mixed up now. So variable expenses are expenses that change every month. So that means that every month this expense could go up and down. So it's not going to stay the same. So for example, like I'm not going to spend the same amount of money on gas every month because I might drive less one month than I did the other. Another example would be food. I'm not going to go and spend the same amount of money on food every single month. One month I might go out to eat more often than another month. Fixed expenses are going to be, they stay the same every month. So that means I spend that exact amount of money every single month. It never changes. I will always pay that amount. It's never going to go up. It's never going to go down. I'm going to pay that exact amount. So for example, my car payment. I pay the same exact car payment every month. It never changes. I pay the same amount of money every month. So let's list them. So our variable expenses are going to be miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is going to be variable. I'm going to put a V in there because miscellaneous is just like random things. So entertainment and things like that, that's going to change every month. Transportation will change every month. I'm not going to spend the same amount of money on gas and transportation every month. Savings should be a fixed expense. When you get older, you should plan to save the exact same amount of money every single month. That should be your plan when you get older. Food will be a variable expense. I'm not going to spend the same amount of food every month. Housing should be fixed. Every month you spend the same amount on your house. Your house payment never changes. It stays the same. Taxes are also going to be a fixed expense. Now, in my opinion, taxes always go up and down. So to me, they're a variable expense, but the state of Texas tells me I have to tell you that it's a fixed expense. So we're going to say it's a fixed expense. All right, so we're just going to write those down here. So our variable expenses were miscellaneous. I'm just going to put MISC. Transportation. Food. And that was all. So those were all our variable. Our fixed expenses were taxes, savings, and housing. All right, next, we got one more page. We're going to practice setting up some other proportions. Nanda earns $200 every 2 weeks. He has to pay 4.2% for Social Security tax. So out of every $1,200, he pays blank. So we're trying to figure out how much he pays for Social Security tax. Same setup. Part over total equals percent over 100. So I know the 4.2% should go over 100. Percents should be the easiest thing to place because I know they're always over 100. And this $1,200 that he spends every 2 weeks, this is our total amount that she makes every 2 weeks. So that's going to go on bottom for our total. We're solving for the 4.2%. So we're trying to solve for how much money is going towards Social Security tax. So if I cross multiply, that's going to give us 5,040. 100 times x is 100x. Divide by what's attached to x. So when I divide 5,040 divided by 100, this is going to give us our x value of $50.40. So we just calculated how much money out of the 1,200 she spends on Social Security tax. So $50.40 goes towards Social Security. Okay, we solved for the 4.2%, the actual money for it. Next one should be quick. Molly is listing her expenses to make a budget. Which of these is a fixed expense? So remember, no change. A, she spends about $25 on clothing. Clothing, I'm not going to spend the same amount of money on clothing every month, so no. She pays $525 in rent. Rent is a fixed expense, so this could possibly be our answer. I'm going to pay the same amount of rent every month. She rents movies for $1.95 each. Renting movies? I'm not going to rent the same amount of movies every single month, so no. She spends $500 on a vacation. Not all vacations are going to be exactly $500, unfortunately. Some vacations are very expensive, so no, that's not it. The only one that's a fixed is your rent. Next one, the Waller family is making this chart to track their monthly budget. If they have a combined income of $6,000, income is the amount of money they make each month. How much money can they put towards savings and retirement? So if I look here, they don't have savings and retirement, but they want to know, well, how much money could I put towards savings and retirement? So what we need to do is we need to add up all of the money that they are already spending. So if I add all these up, I'd get $5,450. So this is how much they're spending, but they make $6,000. So I want to know, well, what's left over that I could save for savings and retirement? So I need to subtract these two to see what's left over. So $6,000 is what they have. They're spending $5,450. So if I subtract these, I'm going to go through the subtraction. So 0 minus 0 is 0. Can't do 0 minus 5, so you must borrow. That 0 becomes a 9, and the next 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 4 is 5, and 5 minus 5 is 0. So they have $550 for savings and retirement. Okay, so savings and retirement is $550. Now my question says, about what percent? Ooh, I'm solving for a percentage. So if I'm solving for a percent, I should already know that x is over 100 because I'm solving for a percent. What percent is being put towards savings and retirement? So kind of like what we did over here, we're going to set up a proportion. So I know that $550 goes towards savings and retirement out of their total monthly budget of $6,000 that they make. And I'm going to solve for x. So x times 6,000 is 6,000x. 550 times 100 is 550x. We're going to divide by what's attached to x. So whenever I do that, oh crap on a cracker. It's been a long day. I'm sorry. I was literally thinking about other things while I was writing this. I'm going to kind of like start x times 6,000 is 6,000x. 550 times 100 is 55,000. divide by what's attached to x. So I should have divided by 6,000. Don't know what I did last time. Hey, if you remember my zeros trick, if a number ends in 0, cross off the common zeros. Now I would only have to do 55 divided by 6, and that sounds a lot better. I would get 9.16 repeating. And if I round that to the nearest percent, this is going to not round up, so it's going to say 9%. Sorry that I messed up on that one. I'm sure I confused you, and I'm really sorry. So what you'll do next is you'll grab your homework assignment from me. And that's about it. You'll grab your homework and you'll work on that. Just so that you know, you are going to re-practice surface area and volume, because, going to be completely honest, we sucked at it. Sorry to say that. But it is what it is. We are going to get better at it. Bye!